My name is Dr. Craig Costello. I'm a consultant neurologist here at Townsville University Hospital. I'm also one of the physician training unit team. One of the great things about the program that we have at Townsville University Hospital is there are really no areas of internal medicine where you can't do a subspecialty rotation, which allows us to cater for any of the interests of any of the trainees and further enhance their career during their basic training years. We have Lifestyle Plus in Townsville. Regardless of what your area of interest may be, we cater for it. To pursue your extracurricular interests, I think enhances your performance in your training and also enhances the overall setup of your career. We've been very fortunate to produce consistently good results for our candidates in jumping through the hoop that they really all want to jump through, which is their physician exam. Part of that success has been we've had a number of JCU local graduates complete significant proportions of their basic and advanced training here at Townsville University Hospital and then return as consultants. So now we've got that whole cross-section from consultants all the way down to medical students who choose training here because of the advantages that it offers, like the lifestyle balance, like the opportunities for research and collaboration with JCU, literally 200 metres away, and like the broad range of subspecialty areas and high quality consultants to work with in the future. Why would you want to train in Brisbane when you can train here?
Hi, my name is Dr. Vasan Shenoy. Our physician training program is very unique in that it's one of the very few regionally based level 3 tertiary hospitals that has the opportunities for all subspecialties of medicine. We are only one of 2 hospitals RACP has approved across the country to complete the entire 36 months in the one location. With an on-site university hospital on the campus with James Cook University, it means you have the library, the access to research, the support from a research unit. Great quality medicine is largely because of 2 factors. One is the wide drainage coverage for patients that we draw. So you see a wide epidemiological spectrum of disease pathology, a huge coverage area, which means you see very interesting presentations. You see a lot of tropical diseases because of the climate. We have fascinating amount of support. So we have a radiology department that does interventional imaging and procedural techniques. We have bone marrow transplants and hematology. We've got a PET scanner. Physician training is not just about getting your exams right, it's about building the culture of thinking like a physician. So essentially it's about your mentoring across those 6 or 7 years. So we've built what we now call a physician training unit. We've set up what mimics a portfolio system to monitor trainees through their progression. And not only do we mentor them for the exam, but we mentor them across the spectrum of basic training. So I think it gives you that fascinating mix of a regional life with the benefits of professional experience that you get in the metros.
I'm Georgina Hodges. I'm a haematologist, staff specialist, and I work at the Townsville University Hospital. So I did my basic training here at Townsville Hospital. I think the main advantage for me, the thing that I enjoyed the most and perhaps the thing that's changed the direction of my career and work life has been the significant investment of other people into my training and into my professional life. I've had exceptional mentors, people who have really encouraged me in the right directions, made me ask the right questions about what I wanted to do and invested in me. Certainly for my career it's been extraordinary. When I finished my internship, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I wasn't even sure that medicine was necessarily for me. And then I came into a term in haematology and everything changed. And all of a sudden I had all this responsibility and I had people who were engaged and eager for me to learn. One of the things that I want to try and contribute to basic physician training as the Deputy Director is to basically try and impart that kind of mentorship to others. So make sure that the trainees here feel as though they do have someone who can inspire them and help them make the right decisions. If what you want is a well-rounded opportunity, lots of access to specialty programs, personalised investment in your career and decision making, then I think that's something that Townsville can really offer. And in some ways I think that in a smaller place, it's more likely that you're going to be individually recognised and potentially have some more opportunities than you might in a bigger place where there's more people to consider. I think the other thing about Townsville is in a lot of ways there are departments that are quite young. They're still forming, there's still input, things are still changing, and that really does create an opportunity for people because all of a sudden you can be the person who contributes something to a department that helps mould it and shape it into what it becomes in the future. So I think for people who want to make a difference and want to form something and create something, Townsville's a good place for that. The other thing is we talk about Townsville being a small place. In reality though, Townsville does cover a huge catchment area. It's a tertiary hospital. We cover the distance from just south of Mackay through to Mount Isa and up to the tip. For example, allogeneic stem cell transplant, we're the only centre north of Brisbane. And our clinical trials program here is really developing, particularly in the cancer space. So again, there's just so much growth and opportunity and so much potential for people who are keen and eager.
My name is Kayla Ward and I'm a fourth year basic physician trainee at Townsville University Hospital. So the reason I really enjoy physician training in Townsville is that it really incorporates everything that I want in a physician training centre. It has excellent teaching, it's academically minded, there's great support from consultants and great mentors here at Townsville University Hospital. The training pathway here at Townsville is particularly good in that we have two young, enthusiastic leaders of the physician training program in Dr. Craig Costello, Dr. Fasant Shenoy. They arrange regular teaching sessions for all the basic physician trainees, not only to guide you through those horrible exams, but to also just mentor you along your way and try and help you find the specialty that suits you best and then help you make headway into achieving your goals of getting a career in that pathway. A bit of a misconception by some trainees that they need to be in the bigger cities to get progression in their career pathway and to get on programs and things like that. You know, I'm here to tell you that I don't think that's accurate at all. I'm PGY4, applied for provisional training in neurology next year, and I'm already doing an advanced trainee role at present. I've also had the privilege to get a variety of specialties in my physician training, which I think have been really beneficial both towards the exam and towards kind of making me a more holistic and well-rounded doctor for the future. Some of the specialties that I've really enjoyed time in is cardiology and infectious disease. We see a lot of the tropical diseases that I guess a lot of other hospitals don't get to witness too often. And then I've also spent some time in renal here. We have a big dialysis unit, and hematology. I guess if you come to Townsville and you just want to be a bit of a sponge, you're just going to get flooded with all the learning that you can take. So it's very easy with work-related things if you've got a bit of a problem or you need help to go and have a chat to your consultant. But they're also there kind of as a friend as well if you want to get a drink on a Friday because it's been a rough week. They're there to do that with you, which I think is just really great. The lifestyle in Townsville is probably the main attraction point for me, and I think it should be for most physician trainees. We're coastal, we have great beaches, we have great camping, great fishing. We have a lot of diving that goes on up here. I guess in physician training, given the exams and how grueling they are, you can really get stuck down just studying and working and studying and working. And when you open your door and you've got a beach just laid out in front of you, it kind of takes you away from that and lets you know that there's a bit more to life than work and study.
My name is Nick Boyer. I'm a PGY4 basic physician trainee from the Townsville University Hospital. I wanted to work in a place that had the best of both worlds, rural, but also a tertiary center with lots of subspecialties and clinical experts in their fields. I would encourage anyone who's interested in doing basic physician training to consider doing it in a place like Townsville. I hit the ground running in PGY2 in my resident year, and I started on the pathway, which is a great opportunity. Not all hospitals allow you to get onto the pathway that early, and we're given a lot of autonomy to see patients on our own, and we've always got the support and feedback available from our senior clinicians and consultants. So we're truly blessed in Townsville. We've got a physician training unit. They've made teaching a priority. We get teaching as part of all of our terms. Most of it's protected teaching time. There's also a lot of consultants that donate their time to help us prepare for the written and clinical exams. We have an incredible case mix and experts in the field to discuss cases with us. We're a smaller unit, but it gives us the advantage of each of us having sort of individualized support throughout the training process, and that has been invaluable, and we feel really heard by our directors, and they put a lot of effort into finding the right training pathway and helping us through the journey. Townsville's really great because it's building a culture of excellence. The pass rate for the written exam here really speaks to always wanting to improve, to get feedback, to be the best doctors that we can be. I really strongly urge anyone who wants world-class physician training to consider Townsville as a really great option.